How do you make the American people happy to pay $4 for a gallon of gasoline? Well, if you don't know the answer, just hang around for a few moments and I'll explain it to you. Hi there, everybody. It's Roy Lilly from 4-Star Homes. And hey, listen, before we begin, I know a lot of people just email me and they ask to see different clips of all the different amenities here in Spanish Lakes Country Club Village. If you're one of those individuals that I've redirected to this particular link, hey, just skip ahead to the timestamp right there and you could skip over all of this and go right to the tour of Spanish Lakes. This is our annual state of, I don't know how you want to put it, state of affairs, state of the economy, state of the union address. This is our annual overview of what has happened in 2022 and what we think is going to happen here in 2023 as far as manufactured home living is concerned. And what are you wearing? What is that? What's it say? I'm the boss. No questions, no arguments. We'll just do things my way. Oh, okay. All of a sudden now you're the one that's got an attitude for this year, huh?
You didn't see me before.
I like that though. That's pretty cute. We'll talk about that after we're done with the video.
Because you change your camera, you change your thermos. I don't see it and quiet. Quiet smile.
Well, anyway, everybody, I'll tell you what. This year has gone by so fast. We're talking about 2022. It's gone by so fast. And I don't know whether it's been a good year or a bad year. I mean, just so many different things have happened here. And, let's kind of just go over it a little bit.
So to answer that question, how do you get the American people happy to pay $4 for a gallon of gasoline? Well, the answer is very simple. You make them pay $6 a gallon for at least 3 months.
Oh, my pocketbook took a real spanking this year.
Oh, you're not kidding. I'm going to tell you what. Let's not even get into the high cost of the real estate and the prices that everything went up this year. But let's talk about gasoline. How about groceries, honey?
Oh
my God. Okay, groceries and.
Is it my headache when I start my listing for groceries?
I even hate going to the grocery store anymore because the prices have gone up so much. But even back in July, I mentioned how bad the stock market was and how it couldn't get any worse. And boy, I'll tell you what, was I wrong? Okay, because it just got worse since then.
Most of you already know that Lilly and I, we specialize in the reselling of manufactured homes here in the state of Florida, but you've probably heard us say over and over again that we just don't peddle manufactured homes. What we do sell is an alternative to those high rising real estate costs here in the state of Florida, and manufactured homes just happen to be part of the plan. Now, obviously, the most popular type of manufactured home living is in a land lease park. And if you're not sure what I mean by land lease, it's where you actually purchase your home outright and then you actually rent the land at the house that's underneath. Now, one of the biggest reasons why it's so popular is because I'm going to probably say 80-85% of all the parks in the state of Florida are on a land lease, which gives you a huge variety of homes to choose from in a large area across Florida. So you're not limited to just a few spots. You could actually take a look around the entire state and find out what's best for you. So, the big question is manufactured home living on a land lease the best option for you? And that's what we're going to find out. We're going to let you go ahead and make that determination. I'm going to address you armchair specialists out there, and you know who you are. You're all the ones that leave those negative comments, okay? And these are the things that we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about, well, lot rent is just a big waste of money. We're not going to talk about, well, they could jack the lot rent up on you anytime. Okay, we're not going to talk about, oh, they could sell the park out from under you. We're not going to talk about any of that stuff. And the reason being is because we've already discussed that in detail in previous videos. And you know what? If you're interested in seeing those videos, I'll go ahead and put the links down in the description center there. You can watch them in your leisure, okay? So I think the first thing that's important to do is let's take a look back at this year, 2022. Let's see where the market has gone since the first of the year until now. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at average home prices throughout the central part of Florida and along the Treasure Coast. And not only that, but we're going to take a look to see what also happened with lot rent. So let's go ahead and start with that first.
Four Star Homes has 7 offices located across the central part of Florida and along the Treasure Coast, actually running from about Daytona all the way south down to Stewart. Now, if you take a look at this, these are the home prices for 2021, and this is the home prices for 2022. Now, again, for both of these years, these are based on about 2,000 sales out of all 7 of these offices. So you could see, just like regular real estate, manufactured home prices across the board went up about 34%. So that was all of the bad news. The good news here is that prices seem to stabilize going into 2022. We still had above average increases for like the first 3 months of the year, but starting in May, everything seemed to start to even out a little bit. You could take a look at this chart. This shows you the home prices for the first 6 months of the year and then the last 6 months of the year. And overall, between the two, we only saw a price increase of less than 1%. Now, it's interesting to note that 3 of our offices, Fruitland Park, Lakeland, and Sebring, all showed a decrease in the average home prices for those particular areas. As far as lot rents are concerned, 4 out of 7 of our offices actually showed very little, if any, type of movement in lot rent between 2021 and 2022. However, 3 of our offices, Port Orange, Lakeland, and Kissimmee, all showed considerable increases in lot rent, with Lakeland coming in at a whopping 14.7% increase. However, when you average everything out, the increase actually came out to about $26 per month across the board, or a modest increase of just 4.6%.
Honey.
What?
I think we should do the challenge.
The challenge. What
The
challenge?
money challenge we talk about.
What money? Oh, the $1,400 challenge. Oh, okay. This was Lily's idea. She talked to me about this earlier in the week, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, help me.
Okay, all right. Let me explain it. Okay, just set aside right now. Just take all of this out of the picture. Take out lot rents, HOAs, take out mortgage payments, take out utility costs. Just take all of that, and right now, just put it in the garbage can. Pretend like none of that stuff is important at all. So let's talk about what's important, and this is very relevant to people who are moving here to Florida. It's not all of that. It's not what's good and what's bad, okay? None of that counts. We have to go to the bottom line, and the bottom line is, how much will it cost you to retire to the state of Florida and live in a manufactured home park on a monthly basis, okay? Because obviously a lot of people who are retiring, you're not going to have that type of big income that you might have had when you're working. Obviously, you're going to be working on a smaller income, so watching your pennies might be important. So how cheap can you actually go? So we're going to put out what's called the $1,400 challenge. And what we're going to challenge you to do, or anybody as a matter of fact, is to find an alternative housing method here in the state of Florida where you can live for under $1,400. Okay, but wait, there are some stipulations. Let me go over them with you real quick.
Lily and I still believe that manufactured home living is one of the most affordable ways to retire here to the state of Florida. And that $1,400 a month living expense limit that we just set, we're being very, very generous there. And I'll give you an example. Our lot rent here in Spanish Lakes Country Club Village is $200 higher than the averages we just showed you a few moments ago. So even with that higher lot rent, you could still live here in Country Club Village for between $1,200 and $1,300 a month all in. So if you guys are interested in this particular park, I will have numbers for it very, very shortly. Alrighty, so let's talk about these stipulations. First off, the housing that you're considering, it's got to be comparable to a 2-bedroom, 1-bath manufactured home in size. So condos, townhouses, apartments, single-family homes, yes, you can use that for any type of an example. You have to have at least $30,000, but we're not going to spend more than $60,000. The reason being is because probably 70 or 75% of all the manufactured homes offered for sale through 4-star homes, they're going to fall in that particular price range of $30K to $60K. All right, you have to have a verifiable retirement income of over $1,800 per month. Most parks do require an income of 3 times the lot rent, so generally that's a pretty good number to follow. But here's the kicker. The grand total monthly expense for what you're looking at cannot exceed $1,400 a month. And that has to include all your HOAs, all your mortgage payments, your property taxes, electric, lawn service, water, sewer, cable, internet, your weekly trash service, and your homeowner's insurance. In other words, it has to include all your expenses except for food. Now, I know many of you are going to say, it's better to buy a manufactured on home that you land. And, really that's a good idea. And I'll tell you why is because if you could actually pay cash for one of these homes, you'll be living pretty cheap. Okay, much cheaper than you would on a land lease park. But we're not paying cash for these homes. We're saying we only have $60,000 to put down. So on a $125,000 home with $60,000 down, you're looking at a principal and interest of $529. But by the time you go and you add in your home insurance, your HOA fees, and all the utilities for that on a monthly basis, it's going to put you right at the cusp of our $1,400 limit. So the point I'm trying to make here is that in order to stay under that $1,400, you're going to have to be looking at manufactured homes on land for $125,000 or less.
Now, the mortgage example that I used for that manufactured home on land, I used a 15-year term, and I'll tell you why is because if you're retiring, is it really the smartest thing to do to start a whole brand new mortgage for any type of a term? But, if a mortgage is right for you, then by all means, go ahead and do so. But, if you're age 55 and you take out a 15-year mortgage, you're going to be paying on that until the age of 70. If you're 65 and you take out a 15-year mortgage, what's that, 6, 7? Now you're paying on it until the age of 80. So just imagine what a 30-year mortgage would look like on any of these ages between 55 and 65. You'll be paying on the darn thing until you're 80, 85. Now, I don't know what, 100 years old. So, think carefully before deciding to take out a mortgage. Sometimes it's better just to do a one and done like you can on a manufactured home, okay, and just get it over with, and then all you have is just your regular expenses. So everybody, that's Lilly's $1,400 challenge. Now, what we invite you to do, if you have any ideas or suggestions, or you know of something that's cheaper, hey, go ahead and leave your comments down in the comment section, because not only is it of interest to us, but it's also interest to other viewers. All right, so speaking of comments, everybody, let's go to Lily's favorite, and that would be what, Anita?
I'm chair specialist.
You are a chair specialist. The ones that have nothing but negative comments, okay, that actually contribute nothing to the discussion. And, listen, Lily and I, we have no problem with negative comments, but, if you're going to leave a negative comment like lot rents suck or lot rents are just a total waste of money. Okay.
Well, next.
Yeah. All right. During this conversation, that has nothing to do with anything, because like I said, it's not coming down to lot rents or mortgage payments or anything else like that. It's the bottom line. How much is it going to cost you to live here on a monthly basis? Okay, so forget about all of that stuff. But if you do leave a negative comment, leave an explanation why you feel that way. I'll tell you, I'll be real truthful with you. I got a lot of negative comments, this year. And every time I challenge somebody, I'll say, well, explain yourself, or show me some links, send links, or, what are you basing this on? Not one time did I present a challenge to somebody that I actually got a reply back, So, like I said, we appreciate the negative comments, but, if that's all you're going to do is just put lot rents suck without any type of explanation, you know what? I'm just going to delete them, because we've all heard that story before. That's nothing more than any standard troll can do. Another thing that we get quite a bit of too is sometimes I'll get a comment that says, well, lot rents in Florida are a lot higher than they are here in Last Chance, Iowa. Well, we're not talking about retiring the Last Chance, everybody. We're talking about retiring to Florida. So let's just talk about Florida lot rents, Florida manufactured homes. And I'll tell you what, if you're an individual living in a manufactured home park right now and you're really happy with that, post that comment on there, okay? Put the name of the park, put down what your lot rents are and how much your monthly expenses are. This is the stuff that I think people are really interested in. All right, so I think that's about all I have to say on this subject. I hope that you all found this information to be useful. I could tell you for a fact, Lily and I certainly appreciate all of the support that you guys have given us, and especially all you folks who asked about us after the hurricanes. As you can see, we're all fine here. And, just one last note about hurricanes. For you armchair specialists, again, they're going to say, oh, mobile homes blow away in hurricanes. Well, if that was true, I guess we wouldn't have anything to sell, would we? So that's all I got. Do you have anything you want to say in closing?
Okay, 2022, it's done.
So everybody, hey, we look forward to possibly seeing you here in Florida. Obviously, you could go ahead and email us, call us, do whatever you want. So again, we just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. All right.
It was Lily and Roy from Foster Homes.
You're the man now. Now that you got this T-shirt, you're the man. All right, everybody. All right.
Roy and Lily.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Stick around if you want to watch a little bit more information on Spanish Lakes Country Club Village here. But until our next video, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
So for those of you considering possibly purchasing a house here in Country Club Village, let me just give you a quick background here. Country Club Village consists of about 1,200 homes. We're located in Fort Pierce, Florida, about 11 miles from the beach if you draw a straight line out to the water. Estimated living expenses for 2023, I've adjusted from 2022 in anticipation of what I think is going to happen. Lot rents, I think, are going to average about $780. Now, it could be less for homes on the inside perimeter, a little bit more for homes on the corner, private lots, and probably into the 800s for homes on the water. Property taxes, trash service, lawn service, yes, that's all going to be included. There's no additional HOAs. Your lot rent is going to give you access to all the amenities of the park, including our 9-hole golf course. Now, I did adjust the electric a little bit. I will tell you that's based on my own personal experience. However, I could tell you my air conditioner is pretty ancient. I don't think it's the most efficient. I do know of other people who are paying a lot less than what I'm paying. But I'm going to just put $100 there, 11% increase, okay? Our water we pay once a year because we actually own the water treatment plant, and this year it did go up $5 a month, and I kind of anticipated that because we ended up putting a brand spanking new roof on that building just within the past couple of months, so I know that particular roof didn't come cheap. Estimated cable, that's not going to change. When I say cable, I mean cable or internet. Figure $100 there, but I did have to make an adjustment for insurance because I do anticipate insurance going from an average of $150 a month to about $175 a month, and that could vary depending on what you're paying for the home and obviously for what you're insuring your personal contents. So we'll go ahead and start this quick tour of Spanish Lakes Country Club Village, and again I want to thank you for sticking around these extra few minutes.